Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Henry and welcome back to another tips and drills video. I'm down here at TPC Colorado in the third bay, or the teaching bay as we like to call it, and today we're going to work on a golf shot that is very important for you guys to have in your shot repertoire when playing a link style golf course like TPC Colorado. The shot that we're going to work on is a very low launching, low trajectory golf shot. So almost like a punch shot, but really just a very flighted golf shot. The reason why you want to play the shot out here is because of the high winds that we get out here, and for it being a link style golf course, the turf tends to be a little bit firmer than a little bit more firm than other golf courses like traditional golf courses. So the mid or high trajectory ball flight isn't always ideal when going into greens and trying to get the golf ball close to the hole. What typically happens with those high flying golf shots is that when they land, they tend to bounce very firm, and the greens and areas around the green aren't going to be very receptive, so it's going to skip through and roll. And with how the links golf courses are usually set up, there's not a whole lot going to be in front of tee to green. You're able to kind of chase a lot of shots up. And with how high the winds are, it's best to keep it as low as possible, and you're able to do that out here with the longer running fairways. You're able to kind of chase a golf ball up and work the course from that angle. So it's very important that you learn this shot. It's very important that you have it in your repertoire for when those times occur. So let's jump right into it. So before I actually hit one of those shots and explain to you how to hit it and what you need to focus on, I'm just going to hit a normal golf shot here with normal ball position with my 7-iron. I'm going to put the ball a little bit more in the front part of my stance. It's about maybe a half a golf ball forward of center, and I'm just going to take a nice normal full swing. So right there, TrackMan has just told me that the height on that shot was 101 feet. So this is going to be that's a pretty normal shot for me as far as a 7-iron. I tend to have a pretty high ball flight, but for some of those very windy days, or to kind of play with a green that isn't very receptive, I got to hit a lot lower. So there's two things that I'm going to focus on to adjust to hit that kind of shot. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the golf ball a little bit more in the back of my stance. I want to put about a ball position farther back. So it's going to be a little bit farther back of center. This will be a little bit more towards my back foot here. And that's going to allow that club face to stay a little bit more shut through impact, because I'm coming up to the golf ball a lot quicker in my transition than I would be where it typically is for my shot. The second thing that I'm going to do is that I'm not going to allow that club face to really release through impact. I want the club face to stay shut and as closed as I can through the shot to get it to launch a lot lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really exaggerate having the hands being forward of the club face, of the club head, allowing that face to stay shut through impact. I do not want this thing to get open, because I do not want this thing to get up in the air. So the swing itself is not going to be a full release almost. It's almost going to look like kind of like a sawed off finish to allow the club face to stay closed through impact. Going to be more of a held off finish. So I'm going to adjust my ball position. It's more farther back in my stance. I might add a little bit more forward press, which means my hands are going to be more forward of my club head at address. And then with the swing here, I'm going to try to keep that club face as closed as possible through impact and not let the club face release as much. I had a little bit more of a sawed-off finish there. And the height there, 67 feet. And it went roughly the same distance, maybe a little bit shorter. And because you have that lower launching ball flight, not a lot of time spent up in the air, it's not going to be as far as a shot, typically speaking, but it is going to chase a lot more, and it's a lot easier shot to control, especially with the elements. So come on down here to the indoor center, to our TrackMan hitting bays. I know there's been snow on the ground, so this is a great time to come out here and hit and practice and work on these shots and see the numbers behind them. And we hope to see you guys out here real soon. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day.